We are from Group 4 and we'll be presenting our short story review. First of all, we would like to introduce ourselves. I am Balkis.
I am Iza.
I am Siti.
I am Nanzima.
I am Faris.
And the title of our short story is Algojo.
Slay.
First, we will start with the introduction of the story. The title of the short story is Algojo and the genre is thriller. It was written by Muhammad Nur Asnawi Daud and Ja'far Muluk, and it was published by Cosmo on 6 January 2010. Our opinion on the story includes that it opened our eyes to a whole new world of how something could affect our behavior very badly. The second one is it contains a really heavy topic as it plays with the stigma of the communities around us. The third one is it has all elements that can make people interested to know more about the story. And the fourth one is it surely shows a really strong moral value that the readers can take it from. And the last one is it is one of the story that is worth reading, I think, towards everyone who have read it. Next, the author's style. The author is Muhammad Nur Asnawi Daud and Ja'far Muluk, who is a journalist for Cosmo. First, we think that they have a very excellent writing skills in mainly writing news. And second one is I believe as of now they are known mostly on their writing of news in Malaysia. The third one is they have those effects that can pull people in when people read their stories on news. And the last one is I'm pretty sure that they knows how to make the story more intriguing and interesting for the readers to read it from.
So next, we move to the parts of the story. So the beginning, on January 4, 2010, Malaysia was rocked by a brutal murder case in which 4 family members were found dead in horrible conditions, including a headless one believed to have been killed in 2 separate houses. It's located nearby in Kampung Batang Rokan, Gemenceh, Negeri Sembilan. So in the middle of the story, the bodies of the victims were found by Ismail's daughter, Siti Mariam, who is 18 years old when she returned home from school at about 2 in the afternoon. Siti Mariam, who was shocked to see her sister's condition, then ran to her grandparents' house, which is not far from the house, to seek help. But when she arrived at the door of the house, Siti Mariam had another surprise when she saw her father's body without a head, while her grandparents were covered in blood and had broken wrists. So at the end of the story, Rasidi successfully been caught and he was taken to IPD Dangwangi for further and detailed investigation regarding the case. So next, we move to the characters of the story. First, we can see that Ismail Awang 76 years old, and next we can see Sufia 80 years old and Atta 90 years old. They are both a married couple. And next we can see Rasidi 34 years old, which is son of the Ismail Awang. And then we can see Siti Khadijah 22 years old, also a daughter of Ismail Awang, and the youngest sister of the Siti Khadijah, Siti Mariam, 18 years old.
To brief you guys how the story flows, now I will talk about plot of the story. In the exposition, Siti Mariam went back home from school. As a rising action, she found her family members were killed in their respective houses. In the climax, Rasidi as the perpetrator ran away with Ismail's head. In the following action, he was caught and then taken for investigation, where he told everything about the murder. And as a resolution, he was found innocent as he was suffering from schizophrenia. This story has an original storyline because it happens in real life event. It is predictable since most of thriller story has a light ending. And it's intriguing because most of readers want to know what happened to the perpetrator at the end of the story. Did he manage to come out clean from the court, or did he get the punishment that he deserved? The ending makes the story a bit far-fetched because of the unpredictable resolution. And disclaimer, it is authentic, not fictional. I've read and watched various novels and movies that share the same genre and themes as this story, and I would like to compare it with one of the most famous murder cases, which is the murder case of Datuk Mazan Idris by Mona Effendi. The similarity of both of these cases is that the victims are brutally executed by cutting off their body parts, whereas the difference is that the killer in our story happens to have mental disorder that caused him to act out of his control by listening to voices in his head. Meanwhile, Mona and Effendi intentionally killed the victim to gain money for their own good.
Next, we move to the theme of the story. The truth is, Rasidi is the son to Ismail Awang and brother to Siti Khadijah. So the theme of the story is family. The victims are among family members. Second, murder or homicide. The family members were slaughtered in the most horrible way. Third, crime. The perpetrator was found guilty and brought to the court for justification. Next, we move to the opinion and evaluation of the story. Our response for this story is, we learn that mental health affect our behaviors and action toward others. So we have to be able to manage our mental health issue correctly so that our circle won't badly affected. Lastly, we shouldn't assume every normal looking person is mentally healthy. Our reaction for this story is shock because the murderer is the family members. After that, sympathy. Siti Mariam was left alone after the case. So we will feel sad because all of the family members is died. Next is traumatized. He murdered his family not under his control due to his mental health disorder. Lastly, we will feel worried because we wouldn't know whether our circle is having a good mental health or not. So to sum up, don't judge a book by its cover. Next, the conclusion of the story. We are highly recommended to all kind of reader, especially to crime or thriller story lovers. And this story is for average age for 18 above only. The reason why we recommend this story is this story will give you a goosebump and unpredictable ending.
In a nutshell, as a human being, if we don't control our thoughts, negative thoughts will flow in. Psychologists say that negative thoughts flow through the mind more easily than positive. And aren't sure why? As Muslims, we can attribute these negative thoughts as being the waswas of shaitan. Allah has told us in the Quran that shaitan will try to mess up our thought process with thoughts of fear, poverty, hatred, jealousy, lust, anxiety, depression, and sin. Shaitan wants us to go astray and not to rise up to our potential. So, he used every method possible to try and lead us astray. By attacking our thought process and feeding us negative thoughts, he weakened our will, our health, and our guard against sins. This led us down negative path as per his plan. So, we give the story an 8.5 out of 10 as a rating. So why not we give it 10? It is because the story doesn't have enough details, such as we don't know what happened to Siti Mariam since she has lost all her family members. And another reason is because the story is cliffhanger and it has unsatisfying ending.